I like teaching because I really love it when my students don't start out speaking really good English, but then after a while, when I teach them more stuff, I really like it to see them start to speak. They get more brave and it's really nice. I think the best way to study English is through reading. I read a lot when I was younger, and some people say they don't like to read, but it's my favorite thing, and you learn a lot of words that way. It would be someone who really wants to learn English. I think a lot of people think that through their job or their boss, they just have to learn it, but they're not really that motivated. So I would definitely say someone who enjoys the language, maybe they even like British, American culture. That kind of person is my ideal student. The worst student, that's hard to say. I haven't had a lot of bad students so far. But maybe someone who's really uninspired, when you can feel that they don't want to be there, they don't really want to learn English, someone else forced them to learn English. You don't really want to teach someone like that. Yeah, I do. I think it's really nice because I love languages. So teaching English is some of the things I like the most. I speak, on native level, I speak English, Swedish, Norwegian, and I'm also intermediate in Korean, Japanese, and French. I'd classify myself as a native English speaker, but technically I was born in Sweden. I learned English through reading. That's why I said I think it's the best way to learn. I read all the time and I love English. I would learn difficult words. I read Bram Stoker's Dracula, for example, when I was really young. And when I didn't understand something, I'd look up the words. So that's how I learned the most. And I spoke to a lot of British and American friends, so I practiced that a lot. I actually prefer British, but I tend to use a more Americanized kind of English because it's easier for me to use for some reason. But British sounds the best, I think. Yeah, hello, my name's Sarah. I'm from Sweden. How are you? My hobbies are video games, reading, learning languages, acting, dancing, music. I love singing as well. I've been to all the countries around Scandinavia and the Nordic countries. I've also been to Turkey, Greece, France, America, and the UK. And now also Korea, Japan, and Hong Kong.
This is the listening. Okay. So now we are ready to check the answers. Question number 1. Laurita. Sarah likes teaching English. When?
Letter B.
Letter B.
She sees how her students start speaking better.
She sees how her students start speaking better. You are correct.
Oh.
Yeah, you are correct. Because she never speaks about good students. And option C is absurd, you know?
Mhm.
So the only option is
Yes.
letter B. Now, let's check the specific information that she said. Okay?
Yes.
Attention.
I'm Sarah, and I'm from Sweden. I like teaching because I really love it when my students don't start out speaking really good English, but
She loves teaching English. Uh, uh, our no just uh, Strong. I understand strong o algo. Start.
Start. Exactly. Start.
Start.
Start. Very good. And she speaks negative. So what is the auxiliary for negative ideas?
Didn't.
Didn't, but that is past.
Okay.
When you say I like, you need to speak in
Wouldn't.
present. Huh.
I like.
But are we speaking imaginary or everyday or what is the context? Ha ha ha.
Oh, I
That's
don't. Wilt.
okay. Okay, let's remember. Will is for future. Would is imaginary.
Yes. Prediction.
Exactly. In this moment,
Would.
Sarah is speaking. What context?
AM. Couldn't.
Incorrect.
Oh,
If you say, observe the idea, and it says Sarah likes,
yes.
this is present. Routines. Every day. You see what I mean?
Yes. Do not.
Do not.
Do not.
Correct. Listen again.
Them start to speak. They get more brave, and it's really nice. Speaking really good English, but then after, and my students don't start out speaking really good English.
Don't not. Start
Don't start.
speaking better.
Speaking better. Eliminate better.
Don't start speaking.
Speaking what?
Force.
Okay, in a moment. Who don't start speaking? Who? The person. Who is the person?
The students.
The students. Complete idea.
Okay. Don't start speaking.
Person, verb, complement.
The students.
The students.
Don't start speaking.
Suspensive points. Okay. Repetition.
The students don't start speaking.
Correct. Suspensive points.
Yes.
Repetition of the video.
Okay.
And my students don't start out speaking really good English.
The students don't start speaking English.
Don't start speaking English. Yes, incomplete. Describe the English of the students. How is the English at first, at the beginning?
Are good students?
Repetition. Not the students, the English. How is the English of the students? Describe the English of the students at the beginning.
Teaching.
Describe. Description.
Students.
Don't describe the students. Describe the English of the students. How is the English?
Better English.
Better English at the beginning?
No, teacher. I don't know.
At the beginning. What is at the beginning?
Bad.
Exactly. Yes.
Bad.
At the
Bad.
beginning,
Okay.
the English is bad.
Yes.
This is the reason Sarah says don't negative.
Okay.
Students.
The students don't start speaking bad English.
That's contradictory. No. Positive, the students speak bad. Negative, the speaking, the students don't speak.
Speak bad.
That's contradictory because you
Okay.
have don't.
Speak.
Negative. The students
The
don't
students don't start speaking English bad.
Contradictory.
Okay.
Contradiction.
Good.
Don't. Exactly. Good.
Okay.
Good. Listen. Attention.
Yes.
Speaking really good English, but speaking really good English. Because I really love it when my students don't start out speaking really good English.
Okay. The students don't start speaking good English.
Exactly. She literally said really good English.
Okay.
Really good English. But then you have a progress.
But then after a while, when I teach them more stuff,
Yes.
I really like it to see them start to speak.
What happens after?
Yeah. She liked. She liked. When
they
learn.
When they learn. Literal, she didn't say learn.
Learn.
She say start speak.
Start speak.
Exactly.
When
Speak.
they start speak.
When they start to speak.
Okay.
This is the progress in option B.
Okay.
She sees how her students start speaking better. Do you agree?
Is the consequence because she likes teaching English.
Correct, Laurita. Exactly. Yes or no?
Yes. I understand. I understand literal words.
Exactly, literal words. Literal words help the comprehension. No paraphrases, only audio. Right? Very good, Laurita. Very good. Let's go to the next one. Let's go number 2. What do you have, Hector? Sarah thinks that...
Sarah thinks that reading is the best way to learn letter A.
You are correct. You too? Okay. This audio is very easy. You need a more difficult audio. You are correct. Let's listen. Literal justification. Okay?
Any questions?
The way to study English is through reading. I think the best way to study English is through reading.
What did she say?
She learned English when she start reading.
But that was not in the audio. She never said learn. Again, no paraphrases. You are paraphrasing. Repetition?
Yes, please.
Repetition.
I think the best way to study English is through reading.
Yes. Yeah, paraphrase is very easy, but no.
You don't have heard, teacher.
Pronunciation, heart.
Heart. Okay.
Yes, I don't have heart. I am a very bad person. Yeah. Let's listen again.
I think the best way to study English is through reading.
I think the
Uh-huh.
best way
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
to start.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The best way to start.
The best way to start.
Begin.
Vegan. Eliminate
A
vegan.
big.
Extra information. Let's eliminate start. In this audio, she doesn't say start. Okay? So let's repeat.
I think the best way to study English is
Okay. I think the best way
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
I understand start.
The phonetics don't match because start has a ra. Start. No? And
So is
Sarah. Uh-huh. Sarah never pronounced ra. Never. Okay? But I can help you. What is the action for the student? A student
learn.
learn, yes, but when he learns is because he is
Read.
what is the contrary
Reading.
for teach?
Learn. No.
Another.
Okay.
Yes, you are
Sorry.
correct.
Yes.
You are correct, but it's a different. It's not learn. What is necessary? So for consequence, you learn. Before you learn, you have to
Right.
no.
Oh.
check the link. Student is a person who student. What is the action of the student? Let me help you. The action of the teacher is to teach.
Teach.
The action of the driver is to drive. And the action of the student is to
Study.
exactly.
Okay.
So I know, this is easy, but I understand the problem. The problem is a pronunciation. Okay, Hector? If you see the phonetic for study, the pronunciation is not study. Study u.
Ooh.
This is not present in the phonetic.
Okay.
The sound, aha, is study. Study.
Study. Study. Study.
This is the reason you understood start.
Okay.
Because in your mind, the phonetic a is equivalent to a. In English, no? The phonetic a is u. Study. Listen again.
I think the best way to study English is
I think the best way to study English
Is
Through
It's
reading.
learn. Reading.
Is reading.
Reading,
Exactly.
reading.
Which is option A.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Come on, Hector. It's it's for you, Hector. It's for you. It's
I
positive.
know, teacher. I know. Yeah.
Yes, teacher. Jesus Christ. Perfect, Hector. You have the answer. Number 2. Let's pass to my next victim. Let's go, Isti. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Don't worry. It's easy, okay? Easy peasy. Number 3. What is your answer, Isti?
Sarah's idea student is someone who, little letter C, really wants to learn.
You are correct. Yes, of course. Someone who wants to learn.
Any question
Technically, your answer is correct.
for her?
So let's listen to the original idea, okay? The literal expression.
Question for her?
To learn English. It would be someone who really wants to learn English.
What did she say?
Someone really wants to learn.
Yes, no, perfect. This is like 40%, probably 50%. Someone again?
Yes.
I mean, you again. Someone what?
Ah.
Memory. Someone.
No.
Yes.
Someone really? No.
Yes. Someone really?
Someone really wants to learn, no?
Perfect. The literal information in the answer. You are correct. Someone really wants to learn. Now, this is incomplete.
Okay.
Okay, so you can take information in the text and information in the audio. Let's complete. Attention.
It would be someone who really wants to learn English.
Who be
Eliminate B.
Who?
Yes, complete.
Fierce who?
Exactly. Who? And the next information?
Who blank?
Yes, it's possible.
So,
Who blank?
Who blank? Who while is I don't remember the next word.
No problem, blank. Blank is okay. Continue. Who blank?
Who blank? When someone when.
Okay.
Really wants to learn. No.
Yes. Wants to learn. Exactly. Okay, so let's analyze the situation because the information is in a different Order.
For
Exactly.
okay.
You need to organize. Standard formula in English.
Person,
Person,
verb,
verb,
complement.
Excellent. In the information, what's a person?
Someone.
Someone. So necessary, number one, someone.
Ajá.
Connector, who.
Who.
Complement, verb and complement.
Verb, wants. Wants to learn.
Wants to learn. And only give me emphasis for wants to learn.
Really wants to learn.
Really wants to learn. Complete idea.
Who someone really wants to learn.
Switch. Who, someone.
Someone who?
Exactly.
Really?
Yes.
So someone who really wants to learn.
Exactly. Someone who really wants to learn. This is part 2. Okay? Let's listen again and detect part 1.
Okay.
It would be someone.
It's it's very
Super
fast and
quick.
short.
Exactly. Repetition.
A lot of words that way. It would be someone who.
What phonetics do you listen?
Maybe
Phonetic?
no, I don't know.
One syllable? One sound?
No.
Okay, I will play again. You need to detect one phonetic. Okay?
Okay.
Listen.
Who read words that way. It would be someone.
Ay, Ugubi, Ubi.
Wooby, exactly. Yes. Wooby. 2 syllables. Would sounds similar to the auxiliary for imaginary situation. What is?
Imaginary situation. Would.
Exactly.
Would be.
Would be correct.
Would be.
Would be. Exactly. This is technically the auxiliary would.
Would be. Would be.
Would be. When they make the question, excuse me, Sarah, who is the ideal student for you? She imagines. It would be a student who really wants to learn English. You see?
Yes.
That's the reason Sarah
Any
expresses
question for
would. So who is the ideal student for Sarah? Or what would be the ideal student for Sarah?
I could be
Eliminate I, person.
could be someone who really wants to learn.
Someone who really wants to learn. And you are correct. Ta-da.
Okay.
Excellent, Misty. That is correct. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, go Raul. Are you ready, brother?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent. Let's listen. Number 4. Sarah says that the word student is someone who. Do you have the answer?
I think it's letter B.
Letter B. Is not interested in learning. Well, you are correct. Yes, it's letter B. Because she is speaking about a person in the audio.
Oh, okay.
Let's listen. Justification, okay?
Okay.
Any questions?
Think that through their job or their boss, they just have to learn. It would be someone who really wants to learn English. I think a lot of people think that through their job or their the worst student, that's hard to say. I haven't had a lot of bad students so far. But maybe someone who's really uninspired.
Action.
Can you repeat it?
Yes, of course. That was tricky. Okay, attention.
Say, I haven't had a lot of bad students so far. But maybe someone who's really uninspired.
Mm. Maybe someone who is really uninspired.
Nice. Your phonetics. Yeah, the phonetics match. This is a new vocabulary. Okay. In the yesterday's class, we saw word number. Let me give you by numbers. Vocabulary number 5. Pronunciation.
Ani,
Mhm.
uninspired.
Kinda. Don't separate. Unins.
Uninspired.
Correct.
Uninspired.
Uh-huh.
Uninspired.
Uninspired.
You see? Uninspired is a person that is not interested. Similar to option B.
Okay.
Do you understand?
It's better. Talk is not interested.
Better say. Better say.
Okay, better say.
But yes and no. You know, it's very similar to Spanish, not interested. So this is a new synonym.
Okay.
If you are not interested, you are uninspired.
Uninspired.
Exactly. All right. This is a very common strategy, guys. In the exam, the audio has synonyms to the options. Okay. Sarah said uninspired. The options don't say uninspired, but you have the synonym, not interested. Got it? That's it. Let's continue. Number 5. Help me. Grace. There you are. You there, Grace?
Okay.
Excellent, Grace. Do you remember the options?
Number 5.
Number 5, exactly.
Sarah. Answer letter B.
Letter B. Read letter B.
Sorry. I don't think. Wait.
Okay.
Letter B teaches different language.
Language is singular. What is a plural for language?
Languages.
Languages. You are partially correct. This is not correct. Because in the audio, Sarah comments about Italian and Japanese and different languages, no? But
Really likes English?
yeah,
No.
because she never says that she teaches.
Oh.
She says that she speaks. Listen again.
Any question for?
I do. I think it's really nice because I love languages. So
I love languages.
Correct. That's right. Definitely. The option is
Letter A. Really like languages.
that is correct. There you go. So this was a very tricky question because the audio has information that is very similar to an incorrect option. That's the important part. Okay. Number 6. Go, Laurita.
Yes, teacher.
Action. What is number 6?
Sí, is letter B
Read the complete idea, please.
considers herself a native English speaker.
Okay. What?
Native.
Perfect. Okay, so repetition. What does Sarah do? Complete.
Considers herself.
Complete. Person, verb, complement.
Yes. Sarah considers herself a native English speaker.
You are. Consider herself. You are correct. She considers herself a native, not native people.
Native.
Native English speaker. So let's listen to
Any question for her?
justification, okay?
Yes.
I think it's here.
hello, my name's Sarah. I'm from Sweden. How are you? My hobbies are video games, reading, learning languages, acting, dancing, music. I love singing as well.
Your hobbies.
I've been to all the countries around Scandinavia and the Nordic countries. I've also been to Turkey, Greece, France, America, and the UK.
She visited.
And now also
other
Korea,
countries.
Japan.
Correct, She visited different countries, Perfect. This was probably the tricky information, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Hong Kong.
But where is information of the language?
Yeah.
I actually prefer British, but I tend to use a more Americanized kind of English because it's easier for me to use for some reason. But British sounds the best, I think.
No, it's not here.
No.
I learned English through reading. That's why I said I think it's the best way to learn. I read all the time and I love English. I would learn difficult words. I read Bram Stoker's Dracula, for example, when I was really young.
Question.
And when I didn't understand something, I'd look up the words. So that's how I learned the most. And I spoke to a lot of British and American friends, so I practiced that a lot.
I cannot find the information. Do you? Where is information?
Yeah, I do. I think it's really nice because I love languages. So teaching English is some of the things I like the most. I speak on native level. I speak English, Swedish, Norwegian, and
Here.
Yes.
Did you hear?
Yes. I speak a native English
Uh-huh.
and
But,
native.
but not only English. She mentioned three languages.
Yes, French,
French, English, and
I'm also intermediate
Japanese,
in
Chinese.
Listen again.
on native level. I speak English, Swedish, Norwegian.
Okay, that was difficult. Let me help you. Let me help you with information, guys. Everybody, new vocabulary. Okay.
Yes.
Vocabulary number 1.
Swedish.
Correct.
Swedish.
Swedish.
Excellent. Swedish is the language from my mother nation, Sweden.
Sweden.
My nationality.
Huh? Huh? Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I am French.
You are French? We are neighbors because
Yes.
France is here. You're French, I am Swedish, and I speak Swedish in my mother patriotic. Okay, that's Sweden, and they speak Swedish. She also speaks in a native language, in a native level, Norwegian.
Norwegian.
Norwegian, which is very near. My grandfather is from Norway. Norway. You see? So you have Norwegian from Norway and Sweden. Why she speaks Swedish? She speaks Swedish because she is from Sweden. That's the reason. Technically, option C is incorrect. She was not born in England. She's a Swedish woman. And that's it. Do you agree with me? Easy peasy Japanesey?
Yes. I don't understand, teacher. She considers herself a native English speaker. However, she talk another languages.
And also, however, she is not English. Really. No, she is
in the from Sweden.
Exactly. At the beginning of the video,
Okay.
she mentions, attention.
Okay.
And I'm from Sweden.
Did you listen?
No.
My name's Sarah, and I'm from Sweden.
She from Sweden.
Exactly. She's from Sweden. So it's impossible that she is English.
Because she considers
She considers, exactly.
Okay.
When you speak English level C1, you can consider a native speaker.
Oh.
You can get a certificate of native speaker.
Oh. Very interesting.
Super interesting. There you have it, guys. Very good.
Fine, teacher.
Yes, of course, no problem. Let's go to the next one. Oh, Raul is not here. Ah, yes, he's coming here. So let's go with. Oof. Hector, do you have time? No, right?
No, well, okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So let's practice. What is option 7?
Again, the way Sarah learned most English was by reading a lot.
Oh, this is very similar to question 3, no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, you are correct. Because she speaks about this twice.
Yeah.
No? You are correct. Ah, that was super easy. Very good, bro. Very, very good. She learned English by reading a lot.
I like teaching.
Right? And the last one, tell me, Grace, what did Sarah say?
Sarah says that she speaks British English.
Sounds good, but I speak, you speak, and she
Speaks British English.
that is
Letter A.
letter A. Speaks British English, speaks American English. Hey, this is tricky. Speaks some more American English. Loves American English. No, she prefers to teach with American English. I think you are correct. I think you are correct. Let's listen. I don't remember.
Any question for
Reading, learning languages. I actually prefer British, but I tend to use a more Americanized kind of English because it's easier for me to use for some reason. But British sounds the best, I think.
So what do you understand, Grace?
Nothing.
No. Jesus Christ. I cancel the classes. Cancel the classes. I go to Starbucks. I need to change my profession. Let's repeat. Repetition.
Yes, please. I forget my headphones.
Ah, okay.
I
So you
don't
cannot listen. Okay. So we continue the classes, no? Okay, attention.
Yes.
I actually prefer British.
Actually prefer British.
Excellent. Actually prefer British. So you can eliminate C.
Okay.
No? Because she prefers British. But
I tend to use a more Americanized kind of English.
Oh. Kind of American. I don't know, teacher.
close. Before I repeat, let's remember. In the vocabulary, we saw a word that is similar to usually. What's similar to usually?
Just.
Mm-mm.
Um,
I need to include Norwegian and Swedish. But you have vocabulary number 11.
10th.
When you tend to do something, you usually do something. For example, if I say, I usually drink coffee before the class, eliminate usually. I tend to drink coffee before the class.
Okay.
I tend. Listen to Sarah.
Any questions?
I spoke to a lot of British and American friends, so I practiced that. I actually prefer British, but I tend to use a more Americanized kind of English.
I tend to you.
Do you tend to verb? You need a verb. Eliminate you.
Do.
No, but the phonetic is similar to
I
you.
tend.
What is the word for utilization? Utility? What is the verb?
I tend to use.
Exactly. Again.
I actually prefer British, but I tend to use a more Americanized kind of English.
I tend to use. Words.
Words. English.
Words. English.
Okay.
No.
You are close.
Words.
In the vocabulary, we have a word to describe Tex-Mex tacos or Taco Bell. That is not
Americanized.
Americanized. Eliminate words.
Any question for her?
Because it's easy, but I tend to use a more Americanized kind of English.
No say words.
No. Never. Probably the phonetic for Americanized is confusing you with words. Americanized words sound similar.
Okay, I tend to use Americanized kind of
Kind of.
English.
Exactly. And Americanized. I understand now why you say Americanized. Sorry, no. Why you say words. You say words because she said more Americanized. More Americanized. Listen again.
Any
question for her?
Americanized.
I actually prefer British, but I tend to use a more Americanized.
More Americanized.
Exactly. More, less. More American.
Okay.
You got it?
I tend to use a more Americanized kind of English.
Yes. And we finished. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the listening, my people. Very good. Attention, guys. Jessie will pass attendance.
Hi, good night, everyone.
Good night, girl. Hello.
Hi, so I will take attendance.
Hi.
Thank you. So, Desi?
Present.
Thank you, Desi. Hugo? Así. Lau.
Hola. Present,
Hello.
good night.
Thank you. Good night. Luz.
Luz, absent.
Elton.
Gerson, absent.
Bye. Isti.
Present.
Hi, Isti.
Hi.
Good night. Janice.
Janice, absent.
All right. And Raul.
I'm here.
Hi, Raul. Thank you. Good night. So that's all.
That's all, girl.
All right. So thank you, everyone. And hi, Carlos. Have a good night.
Hello, Carlos.
See you.
Bye bye.
See you.
Excellent, guys. So this is the listening exercise. Vamos a hablar español ahora, ¿ok? Con un listening cerramos una lección nueva. Entonces, durante esta lección vimos would, could, will, may y might, ¿vale? Junto con el vocabulario de ayer. Esta sesión de listening es de las más importantes. Acuérdense que cada vez que veamos listening, tenemos que ejercitar nuestro oído junto con 3 cosas. Vocabulario, que son palabras, saber qué palabras están diciendo. 2, gramática, saber entender si están hablando en presente, pasado, futuro, en qué tiempo. Aprender would nos ayudó en este audio, por ejemplo. Esa parte es justamente lo que quiero que hagan, que la gramática no se quede como gramática, sino que la detecten en los audios. Y número 3, detectar los puntos en donde vienen las respuestas en los audios. O sea, aprender a escuchar básicamente. ¿Okay? Las 2 habilidades más importantes para subir tu nivel de inglés es aprenderte el vocabulario y aprender a usar el oído. Si sabes usar estas 2, por consecuencia vas a hablar. ¿Vale? Entonces pongan prioridad en las listas que tienen aquí. Todas las listas que les he dado, ahí es donde está la atención. Ahí es donde quiero que tengan toda la atención del mundo. Que aprendan palabras. Porque cada vez que avancemos, yo les voy a enseñar sinónimos de palabras más fáciles. Por ejemplo, tend to. ¿Sí? Ya sabemos que es usually. Todos saben que es usually. Pero de repente nos dicen tend to y ya no entendimos. Oh, sorpresa, es lo mismo. Es exactamente lo mismo. Entonces, traten de no olvidar tend to como un sinónimo de usually para que sigamos progresando. Así es como se mide el nivel de progresión. ¿Vale? ¿Tienen alguna pregunta?
Ok.
Awesome.
No, sí, definitivamente es lo más difícil. A mí me pasa eso siempre, o sea, no les entiendo. A lo mejor ya puedo hablar un poco más, pero cuando ellos me hablan es así de, ¡ah!
Sí, sí, te entiendo perfectamente.
Sí.
Ujú. Y es una... sí, YouTube. Sí, por supuesto. Y es una combinación de no tener las palabras suficientes más la fonética que se pronuncia completamente distinto al español. No son los mismos músculos que se usan para hablar español que los que usas para hablar inglés. Entonces es muy natural que no entendamos ahorita. Lo que tenemos que hacer es entrenar nuestro oído para detectar estos fonemas, conectar los fonemas con palabras nuevas y memorizar esas palabras nuevas. Así es como vas a empezar a entender a todos. ¿Vale?
Ok, teacher, muchas gracias.
Yes, of course, no problem. Pues tenemos un visitante, así que vamos a terminar la clase 15 minutos antes para quedarme hablando con Carlos, que ya se quedó un ratito. Los demás tengan una excelente noche y gracias por venir. Empezamos lección nueva mañana. All right? Open mind.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, good night.
Good
Hi,
night,
guys.
everybody. Bye.
Hello, Mr. John.
You give me some minutes when finish the class.
Yes, of course. I give you some minutes in this moment. May I go to your house on the 16th?
Yes, of course.
Excellent. Very good.
Sí. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
Deja de termino la transmisión